All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about something pretty incredible, a system that can basically turn your business into an automated growth machine, all powered by AI. We're going to break down a whole playbook of strategies that could completely change the way you do things. Okay, first things first, look at this number, $491,000 a month. Now, this isn't some made-up figure. This was achieved by just one automated system. Seriously, it's a real-world example that shows you just how powerful this stuff can be.
So just think about this for a second. What if your business, or, at least the big, time-sucking parts of it, could just run itself? We're talking about generating leads, pumping out content, driving revenue, all on autopilot, while you get to focus on the stuff that really matters. That's the dream, right? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Okay, so let's kick things off with the proof. I want to show you a real-life case study where a single AI system just completely blew up a company's revenue. I mean, this chart right here tells an amazing story. A marketer named Matt Diggity built what he called a one-click AI system. And look what happened. It took his clients' organic revenue from $166,000 a month, that's that first bar, all the way up to almost $500,000. That is a 3 times increase, and it was all powered by this one automated system. Incredible. So you're probably wondering, what did this thing actually do? Well, it automated hundreds of those really boring, tedious SEO tasks. Stuff like creating content, writing metadata, even handling link outreach. But here's the kicker, and this is so important. It was built with zero coding skills. That means this kind of power is now available to way more people than ever before. All right, so how do you actually build one of these things for yourself? It all starts with the first pillar, building your automated engine. This is like the foundation, the core infrastructure for everything else we're going to talk about. For most of us, the biggest wall you hit is just how complicated this stuff seems. Building these complex automations has always been super hard and taken forever. But that's changing, and it's changing fast. The solution? You get the AI to do the heavy lifting for you. And this right here, this is the breakthrough. There's a new tool out there that lets you just describe what you want in plain English. Seriously, you can just type, "build me a scraper for my competitors' prices," and boom, it spits out a fully working automation in a platform called N8N. We're talking seconds. This just completely smashes that technical barrier to entry. So that brings up a really important question. Which platform should you even use? Now look, tools like Zapier and Make are amazing for simpler jobs. But for the kind of complex AI-driven stuff we're talking about today, NN really has the edge. And like we just saw, with these new AI builders, it's not just for the super techie developers anymore. Okay, a huge piece of this automated engine is having a really capable AI assistant. Think of it like a virtual team member. Brady Long actually shared 10 prompts that can turn an AI, like Claude, into exactly that. Someone who can draft complex emails, summarize those long documents you don't want to read, and just automate all the boring stuff that eats up your day. All right, on to pillar 2. You've built your engine, right? Now you need to put fuel in the tank. And that fuel, it's high-quality AI-generated content. Here's the thing about content strategy today. It's not about just making more stuff. It's about being smart and leveraging what already works. The whole process kicks off by finding just one single piece of content that's already a winner. That's your golden ticket. And this is where the magic happens. A guy named Monty shared this system he calls content loops. You take that one winning post and you turn it into 30, 40, even 50 different pieces of content. You're not starting from a blank page every day. You're just multiplying the impact of what you already know works. It's a total game changer. Now, let's talk AI video for a second. The quality you get out is 100% dependent on the quality you put in. It's garbage in, garbage out. A user named Beach pointed this out perfectly. If you use a generic prompt like zoom in, you're going to get a generic result. But if you use real film language like dolly back or tilt down, you unlock a whole new level of quality from these AI models. So what's the real secret to viral short-form video? It's not the fancy editing. It's the script. Yeah, really. According to Unleash XX, you engineer a viral video before you even press record. It's all about obsessing over the script, using things like rehooks, getting the pacing just right, and using little retention hacks to keep people watching until the very end. But does this whole AI-fueled content thing actually work? I mean, does it make real money? Well, take a look at this. Linus pulled in $4,500 in affiliate commissions in 1 week. And he did it by spending just an hour a day making AI-generated TikToks. That's what happens when you combine a smart content system with an automated engine. Okay, time for our final pillar, and this one is my favorite: finding your unfair advantage. Once your engine is built and you've got the fuel, you can start using it to find these little pockets of opportunity to create an edge that your competitors just can't copy. A perfect example of this is on Amazon's Kindle platform, KDP. A $1 million author named Tommy Pedruzzi spilled the beans on a massive change in their algorithm. It used to be all about getting people to click on your book cover. Not anymore. Now, the whole game is about whether people actually finish your book. So, the algorithm is now tracking 5 completely new things. It's looking at your read-through rate, like do people finish it? It's tracking the time they spend in the book, how often they highlight stuff, how fast you get new reviews, and, of course, the return rate. Just knowing this, knowing these new rules, gives you a huge advantage because now you can focus on what Amazon actually cares about.
Here's another really smart strategy. It's called digital product arbitrage. And the idea is pretty simple. Instead of trying to invent something brand new, you find something that's already working and you perfectly replicate the system behind it. The infrastructure, how they get customers, everything. One person used this exact playbook to make 31 grand in their very first month. It's not about invention, it's all about execution.
And believe me, these kinds of advantages are everywhere if you know where to look. We're seeing some wild stuff, like a marketer using a technique called data layering for local SEO to outrank a competitor who'd been around for 9 years. Or people building these automated AI-driven theme pages that are pulling in $50,000 a month in affiliate money. These are what unfair advantages look like in the real world. Wow, okay, we have covered a ton of ground, from building the engine to fueling it with content, all the way to finding that unique edge. But now comes the most important part of all: what you're going to do next. So you basically have a playbook now, filled with all these different strategies. The big question is, which one are you going to implement this week? Don't get overwhelmed and try to do them all. Just pick one, the one that makes the most sense for you right now. Because really, at the end of the day, this is what it all boils down to. Information without action? It's just entertainment. It's fun to learn, but it doesn't change anything. So please, find that one strategy from everything we talked about today, the one that really clicked with you, and make a promise to yourself to actually do it this week. That's how you turn all this information into a real, tangible result.